Theresa May campaigned for quick concurrence on the terms of a post-Brexit change period as she tried to console once-earned pioneers over supper at an EU summit that she was still in charge notwithstanding her Commons vanquish. The PM's difficulty on Wednesday evening incited inquiries in Brussels over Downing Street's capacity to arrange the second period of talks, alongside trust in a few quarters that the UK may in the long run switch its choice to leave the alliance. As pioneers arranged to concede to Friday morning that adequate advance had been made in the main period of the transactions to move the discussions on, concerns were additionally raised about whether May had adequate hold to offer a concurred UK position on what's to come. The EU has set the British Bureau a 3-month due date to give lucidity on its way to deal with a future exchange bargain. On Wednesday, MPs voted by 309,305 to constrain clergymen's energy to roll out hearing improvements to the law before Parliament has affirmed a Brexit bargain. The Bureau is yet to have a substantive exchange about a future exchange course of action with the coalition. Over supper, notwithstanding, the British head administrator reaffirmed the UK's responsibility regarding conveying a smooth and systematic exit from the EU. May told the pioneers that the British government makes no mystery of needing to move onto the following stage and to moving toward it with aspiration and imagination. I trust this is to the greatest advantage of the UK and the European Union, May said. A specific need ought to be concession to the usage time frame with the goal that we can get more prominent assurance to organisations the UK and over the 27. While surrendering that future arrangements were probably going to be troublesome, she likewise demanded the UK and the EU had exhibited what could be accomplished with duty and steadiness on the two sides. May got a series of acclaim as she finished her address, touching base at the summit, subsequent to going to a commemoration to the individuals who died in the Grenfell Tower fire. May had told correspondents the legislature was still on course to convey Brexit. She stated, "I am frustrated with the revision yet really the EU withdrawal charge is gaining great ground through the House of Commons. Government sources recommended they were cheerful for the EU to offer what is relied upon to be an unclear affirmation on the future exchanging relationship on Friday, as they felt their situation is anything but hopeful in the primary stage by strict rules set by the EU in April." The two sides seem, by all accounts, to be adhering to altogether different contentions about the size of the exchange plan that is probably going to be set up by March 2019. EU arbitrators have proposed it will just be a political understanding that it'll be fleshed out with point-by-point transactions amid the progress stage. English clergymen demand that the considerable our standing must be finished by the Brexit due date. The UK has likewise demanded that preparatory chats on exchange could begin prior in the new year. Leo Varadkar, the Irish PM, said on Thursday that he didn't anticipate that discussions about exchange will begin until the spring. The characteristic timetable is that we will spend the following 3 months or so dealing with the withdrawal understanding, put into a legitimate, global ascension what was concurred a week ago, speaking somewhat about the 2-year change stage, he said. Also, once we have that done, we would then be able to discuss the new exchanging relationship. Regardless of the head administrator's remarks, the Austrian Chancellor, Christian Kern, said despite everything he trusted Britain could change its brain about Brexit. I trust that it could be switched in light of the fact that there will be a considerable measure of enormous issues and difficulties that won't be anything but difficult to explain, he said. There will be a ton of strains in the residential political territory in Great Britain. Xavier Bettel, Luxembourg's leader, said he regarded Parliament's vote however included that it doesn't help a great deal, given a requirement for quick choices from Downing Street in the second period of the transactions on exchange and a potential change period. We need to regard the vote, however we have a plan, so this makes it shorter for Theresa May's legislature to make proposition, he said. The Dutch head administrator, Mark Rutte, whose nation is a backer for a cozy association with the UK after Brexit, was among the individuals who lauded May. Be that as it may, he approached her to quickly set out a dream without bounds to enable substantive chats on exchange to begin. Rutte stated, "Despite everything I think she has a considerable stature here and now." Asked Friday demonstrated every one of us that we ought not disparage Theresa May. She's an impressive legislator. Asked whether he trusted May could present convey on her guarantees, he stated, "Yes, I do think thus, since I have confidence in UK society and furthermore in the political circles there's across-the-board bolster for a sensible arranged exit of Britain from the EU, in light of David Davis's recommendation that last week's ascension between the UK and EU had no legitimate standing." Ruta included, "An eyebrow was raised all over due to that remark. However, I think it makes it more important to have at the earliest opportunity that arrangement of last Friday in lawfully restricting content so we can't have a misconception precisely what was concurred." The Dutch pioneer said he anticipated that May would soon outline out her vision without bounds. "I figure she's holding her cards near her heart right now, which I comprehend on the following stage, and this is most likely a savvy arranging strategy," he said. "Obviously, having now ideally passed the sign of stage 1, I think we require from her to see how she sees this future association with the EU. It's presently for the UK to decide, and together by and large to see where we can get to." The Conservative pioneer in the European Parliament, Ashley Fox, said that he was frustrated by the individuals who had voted against the administration on Wednesday night, including, "It won't enable the UK to arrange a decent arrangement." Theresa May says I am still have control despite the loss. Commons was last modified December 15, 2017 by Ronnie Jack.